What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Journey into Wealth. I'm James. I make videos about side hustles, making money, and my journey into wealth. So if you're into that kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like button. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm, all that other stuff. Today we are doing some thrifting because we flip things on eBay. That's primarily what we do. And, well, at least right now anyway, moving into some other things. But we're going to hit some thrift stores. We're going to check out what they got going on. Then I have some other product that I have to go through that I kind of fell into in my garage a little bit later. And who knows what the day holds. So, yeah, come along for the ride. Check it out. So our first stop today is DI, Desiree Industries. And it's opening time, so you can see that there's a line. They open at 9. They changed their stuff. And my lady that I compete with for jewelry is here. So I got to go get in line. Because I am here for one thing and one thing only, and that is a jewelry jar. And also anything else cool that I can find. So let's check it out. Because they pulled a couple more carts out after I turned off my camera. I got some more stuff. So we're going to check it out real quick. This, if I am correct, is a $200 racket. I got it for $3. So, given that that is a pretty expensive racket, I just bought these because they're both composite rackets. These are also composite rackets. So I bought a few rackets. That way I can just do all my racket in the same period of time. I also got a couple gloves. I got a nice Easton. This thing's basically brand new. And I got a Louisville catcher mitt. Those are always decent. I paid $3 a piece for those. And then I ended up with, I think you saw everything else, but just knives and a tortilla press. And yeah, I think overall I spent 70 some odd dollars, and I think I did pretty well. I think that I probably walked out of there. I think I probably walked out of there with a couple $100 worth of stuff. This thing is cool. I don't even care if it's worth anything. I just think it's cool. Anyway, so let's move it up there. One more thing that I got was this Kent 700. It's a Road Tech. It's about maybe $150 bike, but I only paid $35 for it. I'm gonna try and flip it really quick at this bike shop that's like right on my way home. I'm just gonna turn it over super quick and take whatever he offers me. All right, so typically I would take the time to go ahead and put the bike, you know, together and make it look good and sell it. I could probably get like maybe $150, $200 locally here for that bike. It's pretty hot, you know, style of bike, and bikes right now, especially in my area, are going for a lot of money. So even more than they probably should be. But the fact is, I have 9 bikes currently in my inventory, and I just don't want to deal with it again. I couldn't pass it up for 35 bucks. So I'm going to just run it straight over to a guy that I know. And I'm going to see if this guy will give me, if I can get $100 for it, I'll turn it 35 into 100 super quick. And I'll be happy with that. He'll probably give me 50, an offer of like 50 or 75, but I'll probably stick to my guns at 100 and see if I can't turn it over. We'll see. If not, no big deal. If not, I'll put it in my inventory of other bikes and do the work on it and sell it locally, and I'll probably turn it relatively quickly. But I would rather have the fast cash in pocket like right now than have to sit on it for a little bit. So we're just gonna see what kind of money we can make. All right, so my guy wasn't at the shop. That just means I'm gonna send him a picture and he'll tell me if he wants to not. So I do have to go take it home and put it in my garage or somewhere to hold it. Hopefully he buys it, because I'm running out of space. It was probably, in retrospect, not the best buy that I've ever made. It's not a super expensive bike, but it was cheap and it looks decent, and I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see how it goes. But check this out. This car that's parked next to me right now. This vehicle stops at all thrift stores. I don't know if you can tell what that says, but that's what that says. Anyway, on with the day. Let's get moving, see if we can get more money. I recorded that whole thing in slow motion. All right, so what I said was, we're headed over to Goodwill. I just dropped off the bike at my house. I listed it on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace, and I also shot a text over my buddy. Whoever gets it first gets it first. I generally don't flip bikes that, like, as much as I can come across bikes, because there's actually quite a few bikes that I have access to. But I have like 9 of them, or I have 10 now, I guess, in my garage, just waiting to sell. And they kind of sell for like a little bit higher price than I would say they're worth, but they take a little bit to sell. And so oftentimes if I get something that's just like not stellar, not a high priced bike, I'll go ahead and just wholesale it out to my buddy Brian, and he's got a bike shop that's like legit walk in and buy bikes used or new or whatever kind of shop. So he can generally sell those kinds of bikes a little bit quicker than I can. And if I can wholesale it out and not have to worry about it, maybe double my money or something like that. Like, for instance, that bike I paid $35 for. If I got $70 for it from him, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Turn it over, double my money real quick, be done. Otherwise, I listed it for $150, and we'll see what I get from a private party. If I can sell it before Brian gets a hold of it, then I'm all about that. In the meantime, we're gonna hit up this Goodwill. I think we're gonna do 3 Goodwills today and see what we can find. We're only looking for the best stuff, though. I don't need a whole lot more inventory. I'm just addicted to thrifting. I have a problem. So we're looking only for the best stuff. I'm gonna kick out the 360 cam again, because I thought that footage was pretty cool, and see what we can find. So let's do it. Alright, so we got busted on that one. There's nothing there. Nothing worth grabbing anyway. So, moving on. There's 2 more that I want to hit before I go grab my kiddo for the day. It's only midday. It's like 1 o'clock. So we still got a little bit of time. Hoping to find something that's really exceptional, though. I don't know. Tuesdays are generally my good days. So I typically thrift on Tuesdays. And that's about it. Like, I generally don't go thrifting all that often during the week, other than Tuesdays, because I generally hit pretty good on Tuesdays. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. That's just how the game goes. Fortunately, see, this is the thing with inventory, and what a lot of people don't necessarily understand. I stockpile my inventory specifically because you never really know. Like, I never stop buying. You never really know when something might dry up, when a source or a thrift store might go out of business maybe, or a wholesale source might like stop selling to you for some reason, or just run out of inventory or anything else. So I always buy, and I stockpile inventory. I try to get everything listed as much as I possibly can, and I do amass like a pretty decent sized death pile. But you know, that has held me over in times when I couldn't find inventory, or when, you know, things were just really dry. Like right now, for instance, while everyone's like jobless and stuff like that, I have definitely noticed that there is a supply shortage of things that I would normally pick up, bread and butter type items from the thrift stores, that other people are going out, and there's a lot more resellers out right now, just casual part-timers flipping things just to like make bills. Or maybe they're on unemployment and they're just adding money to the pot, or whatever they're doing. Either way, I notice there's a lot more people out there doing this right now. And so if I didn't have a stockpile of inventory or creative places to go to get different types of inventory, not just thrift store items, I might be actually hurting for money right now. And fortunately, I've been, you know, kind of around long enough to know that lesson, because I've learned it. And I do have several different instances of, you know, I sell this during this time and this during this time, and like, you know, just different places to get inventory. So that's why I pretty much only thrift on Tuesdays. All of that to say, find several sources of income, several sources of inventory, several sources of pretty much everything, multiple streams of everything. That's the name of the game. So anyway, let's hit another Goodwill. 2 more Goodwills, and then we'll probably call it for the day. I'm going to be listing tonight in the unit, and see if we can't get more stuff online to get more money. So it looks like we're getting skunked today. I did pick up 2 things just because, whatever. Picked this up from a kid because we have the little dart things for this. And you throw, shoot them. Fun stuff. Cost me $3.49. Not concerned about it. And then I got a Pulsey Buff. I think it's a 64-inch umbrella. I think. Or maybe a 61-inch. But, oops. I paid $5.49 for it. And they sell for about $40-50 bucks. So I figured I'd swing on that. It's not like a huge item, but I might actually keep this for myself anyway. But it's one of those big old photography studio umbrellas that pop out and, you know, diffuse light and whatnot. Other than that, we got skunked. So on to the next one. All right, well, at some point in there, I ran out of batteries. So I don't know what you guys saw, what you guys did not see, but I did get a cool little uranium glass egg platter. You're gonna have trouble seeing. It's like a cut glass platter, probably 30 or 40 bucks. Got it for $3.49. I don't buy uranium glass that often because it's kind of gone down in value, unless it's just kind of a really cool piece. That's an egg platter. You don't see those as often. I got a pair of boots, snakeskin boots by, I think they were Laredo. Good for about 50 bucks. I got them for $6.49, I think it was, $7.49. A Yellowstone coffee mug, which I will just hide directly right on the inside of that boot to protect it from all the crap in my back seat. I ended up getting a vintage Hot Wheels Sizzlers set. All the pieces are there as far as I can tell. I'm gonna really have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I got it for $9.95, and it sells for about $150 if all the pieces are there. $50 if some of the pieces are missing. What else did I get? There's a camera in here, I think. Yeah, I got a Sony this for $4.49. I got a tray full of, so I got some jewel trays, mostly because I'm going to keep some of my stuff in there, but this one actually has stuff in it, so I'm wondering if there might actually be something in here that's decent. Some amethyst or aquamarine. I mean, I'm not expecting diamonds or anything like that, but it looks like there's some stones in here, and they appear to be like decently cut stones. So we'll have to check it out. Just something fun. I might take a look at under my microscope. I paid $9 for it, whatever. If it turns out to be nothing, then it's nothing. I'll use the container. So that's pretty much what I got. I'm done with Goodwill and thrifting for the day. It's like 2:30. I gotta kill a little bit of time before I go pick up my kid. But so I might take a nap, because I think I deserve a nap, right? Then I'll grab my kid and I'll go list later. Anyway, so yeah. All right, so we just got back to the units a little bit later than I wanted it to be. It's like 9:30, something like that. I have all that stuff right there to de-sticker clean and do whatever with. My battery ran out on my other camera, so we're rolling with the phone tonight. But I got to pull 2 orders out of this junk pile, label, get ready for the mail tomorrow. Then I got to stick other stuff in here and organize that maybe a little bit. Work to do. Eventually someday I would like to have somebody to help me with all of this stuff so that I don't have to do it all by myself. But we're getting there. And then at that point I can do other things that matter more than doing this stuff, I guess. I don't know. The key is always to be trying to work on something that is the most important thing in your business. Currently for me, that is listing and getting as much stuff sold as I possibly can to raise capital so that I can have that money to spend on other things. So that's pretty much all. I'm just focused on listing. But as a kind of a side effect of that, I'll show you. Kind of a side effect is my inventory unit is just, I mean, it's trash. It's completely unorganized. I need to go through there and organize things before I start losing stuff. My overstock unit, and that's where I keep like all my overstock boxes and all my overstock inventory that hasn't been labeled or anything like that. My queue is just whatever. My photography station, I'm a little overrun right now, so I need to kind of reel it back in, get it back under control so that it's run a little bit smoother. And then I'm going to post a job offering and see if I can't hire somebody to come in and help me. And they can do the listing or the photos or the whatever. I'm going to outsource like 3 or 4 spots, contractor positions, and see if I can't get some stuff rolling, some things moving a little faster, because I have some big plans coming up. I'm going to get my real estate license. I'm going to kind of move into that general direction and make more money, because this is, after all, the journey into wealth is not. That's why I named the channel that. So sometimes people ask me, like, what kind of stuff do you buy to sell? And everything. I buy everything. But I wanted to show you this table here, because this is the stuff that I'm about to list. I have literally hats, disinfectant mats, coffee mugs, hummingbird statues, vacuum things, lenses, weird glasses, tools, video cameras, electronics, funky looking silver stuff, snow globes, collectibles, shoes, electronics, hummingbird feeders, cool vases. This is actually, you stick a flower through there and it's a vase. Bulk lot crap, auto parts, house decorations, cool lithograph, Michael Jackson things, like literally everything. I have everything in my hodgepodge store. In my other store, I do parts. I have a parts store on my eBay store. I'm not going to tell you what niche it's in, though, because it's a relatively competitive niche, and I don't want any more competition in it. But I do parts in that other store. So anything that's like, you know, like, as an example, like auto parts would be like the niche. That's not my niche, but that would be a niche. And a lot of people sell a lot of, they buy a car and then they just tear it apart and they make a ton of money selling the parts from the car. If you could buy a car for $2,000 that's wrecked, like as a rear end collision, and you sell the motor, you sell the transmission, you sell the cross members and suspension parts and all the other stuff that's good, and you can make double, triple, quadruple your money sometimes. And you just have to take it all apart and wash it. So that's the answer to that question, because I've been asked a couple times, not necessarily by people here, but other people, as in, like, what do I sell? I sell everything. So anyway, back to work I go. Now that my photo table is cleared off enough, I still haven't sold those. I still haven't even listed those, actually. And somebody actually in the comments not too long ago had asked about Debra. Still alive and well, actually. And Debra's sister a little bit less, you know, put together. Debra's got a braid at least. But there's the twins. And they model things for me. Hats and other such items. And then I've got a styrofoam head for that too. Anyway, I just wanted to answer that question really quick. I'm gonna get to work. I might hit you with a time lapse to close it out. But if I don't, thanks for watching. If you would, please like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Do all the YouTube things. Help me with the algorithm. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I don't really know how this video is going to turn out because I was using a new camera on this video. And I don't really know how to use the camera. So, hopefully it turned out okay. And let me know what you think in the comments below if I did okay on this or not. I'm going to start getting back into the old thing, but my other camera died, so I had to buy a new camera. Anyways, excuses. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.